Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We are doing Act 4. We finished off the Gene Stealers, the Void Shadows content. We've beaten both of the DLCs now. We are back into the meat of the matter. We have to head over this way and convene the War Council. My God, but there's always something, Vigdis. Lord Captain, an urgent report from the servants of the Omnissiah. They managed to locate a second message on the House Orselio data slate, hidden in the shadow of the first one. As soon as it happened, the machine spirit rebelled and started devouring the decrypted data. The acolytes of the cult Mechanicus are performing the rites to appease it and slow down the process of annihilation. What should we do? Yeah, just show it to me. This is probably a trap. Rogue Trader, Lady Navigator Alina, the one who staged an assassination attempt in your palace, politely smiles at you from the vid screen. I had no doubt that your servants would find my trace. They're far cleverer than the ones employed by the great regent of House Orselio. She doesn't bother to hide the venomous disdain for her last few words. So this is, she tried to assassinate us, and I was like, you know what? I actually tried to give her Cassia. I don't know why it didn't work, but I feel extremely awkward that our first encounter took place under such unfortunate circumstances. Truth be told, I saw a worthy person behind the lofty title only after fate put me on death's precipice. You hesitated to end my life despite holding it in your hands. Your noble deed gave me enough food for thought. Despite everything that transpired, I still believe we may become loyal allies to one another. I presume you already know that House Orselio will soon be holding a ground council in the depths of the accursed Atlas very soon, and we cannot ignore the call, for we are bound to it against our will. But if you convince this Lady Cassia to reject the Atlas, what was this meant to be? They normally call her the child. To break the century-old shackles binding our house? Could be. It could be. We could turn over a new page. Having said that, I will accept a different outcome. Should the child died, I'm not going to shed any tears. I will accept any choice, Rogue Trader. My people have nothing else to lose, but you could benefit from our friendship. There are mysterious shadows dancing in her eyes. There is an emerald among the stars of Martinus, my gift to you for sparing my life. Head through the storerooms and torrents, read and whence forbid them. Forbid? I'm very sorry, Lord Captain. The servants of the Omnissiah could no longer restrain the machine spirit's hunger. I hope you were able to see the vid message through to the end. I never get to stop doing quests. Are we not done with the Gene Stealers? My God, we're not. The cult of the Ravenous Star was eliminated. The cult of the Nourishers was discovered on Jesavon. There is another Phalanges. There's 3 of them. The 100 Dreams Crossroads? That's where she said? Failed to uncover traces of human civilization on this frozen planet. Perhaps the problem lies in the ship's augers. Eye of the Magnetic Storm. Again, we need better augers. Where did she just say? God damn it, I should have been paying better attention. I thought I would get a, like a notification, a rumor. She said that there was something that she left as lotions pattern? Laptis Mortis? God damn it, I thought it began with an L. The Emerald something. Unidentified ruins. Just keep going for now. Keep going for now. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Mistress Kibella has been apprehended by enforcers at the scene of a crime. Eyewitnesses saw her assault and kill the esteemed Chirurgeon Majoris. She's confessed to the murder. The penalty for murdering a senior officer is death. However, given her honorable service and her special status, I dare not proceed with your permission. She's incarcerated and awaiting your judgment. Oh, get that goddamn it. This ship, it's always somebody's murdered this. There's a bunch of aliens on the ship. Oh, the ship wants to talk to you. It's alive now. Put Kibella on trial. Obviously, I'm not going to kill Kibella. She saved the dang ship. Yeah, no, she's allowed. Do you know how many murders I just give to Marizai? Like, Kibella can have a few murders. Lord Captain, a murder has been committed on the ship. The victim is one Letter to Forius, Churgen Majoris. The perpetrator was apprehended at the scene of the crime, admitted her guilt, and did not resist arrest. She appears cold and apathetic. Her unblinking eyes stare vacantly, her expression odd. The Forius clan invoked a ship's tradition and summoned a requestator to testify on behalf of the deceased. The masked man bows stiffly and decorously. Tell me what that means. When there's no one to speak for the deceased person in the court, the representative is entitled to seek assistance from a member of the Requiesters Guild. Their duty is to know and remember each and every person on the ship so that they can defend the interests of the deceased and represent them in court. They study the victim's entire life history to gain the most detailed impression of their personality, deeds, and aspirations. The guild was founded by a distant ancestor, and to my knowledge, they exist only on our glorious flagship. Tell me, what did he like and dislike about his work? How well did you know the deceased? He was fascinated by diseases, injuries, pathogens, complication. The part he disliked was the patients. He wouldn't let them concentrate on that which was killing them. Does he not have a family? The clan to which the deceased belong are wary of bringing accusations against the Lord Captain's companion, and the esteemed Leonard never made any courageous friends in his life, having preferred his work to the company of others. How do you feel, Kibella? I'm fine. This is a hollow ceremony. It's pointless. Tell me about the circumstances of the murder. The eyewitness accounts didn't give us much. The deceased and the murderer had a brief conversation. Mistress Kibella beheaded the Churgen Majoris. The witnesses did not overhear any details of the conversation. Almost as if the life of a rogue trader is eventful. Almost too eventful. You get wildly different crew cultures and traditions and institutions? Yeah. I mean, geez, just the way you play, your crew seems to turn out pretty differently. Is it true that you killed him? Yes. It was me. Why'd you do it? The heartless man imagined himself to be above others. He believed his trade had uplifted him. He did not even avert his gaze before a servant of the Undying One. It was brazen and unjustifiable. My influence has made Kibella strive for greatness. The Undying One never whispered his name. I myself decided to sever his thread. Oh my god, she's going rogue. So she felt like killing some servant. Why did they all take offense? Is every corpse going to cause such a stir? I told you it would end like this, Shireen, but why would anyone listen to old Jay? Her colors have changed. The scarlet and gold are drowning in the rage of muddled crimson, the misty blues of sorrow, and the impenetrable greens of doubt. These shades are all in conflict, melding together in a frantic tapestry. She was never sane to begin with. Judging lunatics is a thankless duty. The more important thing to address is that her cult is guilty of having drilled the notion of chosenness into her head. The whole sect must answer for this incident. All right, let's hear from the victim's representative. The esteemed Leonard served the voidship in his dynasty for many years. He treated the sick, gained new knowledge as his trade commanded. He saved many, but he himself was not saved. He caused Mistress Kibella no grievance. He never offended her. He merely answered her questions regarding his work, whereupon he was attacked. And he so has the right to demand a reckoning. The death of his murderer would be lawful and proportionate retribution. I don't know, man. He never cured me of this void rash I have going on. The heartless man did more than heal people. He maimed them, tortured them, killed them slowly, and observed. Kibella adds, there was another like the heartless man, a Xenos from the Dark City, who lorded over fleshly and oversaw unholy resurrections. They were both touched by the same corruption of hubris. He treated the sick and he gained knowledge. The boots of those who walk the path of wisdom leave bloodied footprints. It is a rule that existed long before the esteemed Leonard. Who did he torture? Unimportant people, common people, doomed people. That was the esteemed Leonard's way of thinking. Does a doomed leper care whether the disease of the knife is causing them pain? Is the formula for a medicine that would cure distinguished officers not worth the lives of a few common commoners? Common dozeners? Turned test subject. With the knowledge he gained, he invented a multitude of balms, antidotes, and treatment methods that went on to save thousands of lives. His nonchalant disregard for common humanity is worthy of respect. The esteemed Leonard would be grateful for this judgment. He is a man of logic and practicality. Well, I've learned enough. I could pay the Furious clan. That feels fair. Kibella is my responsibility, right? No. Nobody serves the Emperor on my ship. Let me be very clear about that. She serves me, not the Emperor. Going into chaos? If I can, yeah. And I like his practices, so like... I'm gonna pay for this. She kills like 300 people every day. Why is one more a big deal? Exactly. Well, because he's an officer, and I'm still a noble. I humbly declare that the esteemed Leonard was indifferent to the fortunes, good or otherwise, of his estranged kinspeople whom you have made rich, and that he would not be satisfied with this ruling. I cannot be put on trial. Kibella's words are barely louder than a whisper, but everyone hears them. She raises her head, face deathly pale as if she is asleep with her eyes open. None have the right to judge a spinner of death. Oh, the Vizier. So he makes me jump through a bunch of fans, but when Kibella's on trial, suddenly he's strong enough to come up. This guy. Only he can judge. Through the Vizier's eyes are sewn shut, one can still read the grief that permeates his wrinkled features. He whispers in a sorrowful voice, "You have strayed from the thread. You have doomed the tenets of the blood-spun web to oblivion. What a sorry end. For me, not for you. For I am compelled to usher my apprentice's soul to the other side before it is my own time to go." Why have you come here, Vizier? To take the one who no longer sees the tenets, to give him to her, her to him. She is dangerous, to pacify her to ever. Such is the duty, and so it must be. What makes you think you are fit to judge me, mentor? You are not him. I never gave you permission to harm my servant, Vizier. But if you saw her the way I see her, you would. She is tempest. Woe. You do not want this by your side, Doman. Believe me. What is happening to her? The second spinner is in the throes of spiritual ailment that we call doubt. The most terrible ailment, though harmless to layfolks, is deadly to us, for a doubtful spinner will stray from their destined thread into bloodthirsty madness. Doubt brings them to the Undying One before their time. Our service is demanding. It requires clarity and a sense of purpose that she no longer possesses. Long have I sensed the seeds of anxiety in her, but I hoped her reason would prove stronger and prevail. Now I see the mark of despondence on her. Alas, I know that I am not mistaken. There must be a way to help her. I don't want to kill all the bloodspun web, and I definitely don't want to let her die, so... Is this why Gwen Stefani is the strongest warrior with her band, no doubt? Get out of here. Put him in the book. Put him in the book. How would one heal the soul of another, Tobin? She's fighting a losing battle inside her mind, one she is all but lost. We cannot enter her mind. We cannot reach a hand to her, although... You could. A thread binds the Doman and his shadow together. A rare thread, a shared thread. Will that connection be enough for your souls to enter into harmony? Well, I gotta at least attempt to save her. Enter Kibella's mind. The Vizier turns his face towards Kibella, who seems withdrawn, her spark snuffed out. Then seek a steward of souls, an artisan who will put you both in a psycher's trance, allowing your minds to become one. You have a chapel full of astropaths. One of them will surely do that service. See that their guidance is strong. For inside her soul, you will encounter monsters. Can Adira do it? I would like Adira and all of her voices to help me out here. She's the only psyker I trust, really. Do I have a list with all the grudges in the book? Not all of them. Some of them. The mods keep purging them on me, so. I keep meaning to set up a thing in the Discord so that they're automatically posted whenever they're there. All right, Kibels, where are you? I guess I have to go to the Astropath's choir. Corrupted ship servants. Ooh. I'm assuming that's what we got to do here. Pun punishment for as usual. I seek the sweet escape. Pun so bad you got to grudge yourself.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Tough day. Zachary Weiss. How are your ghosts doing? The mistakes of the past no longer haunt me, not in my dreams or reality, but I still remember them. Can you put me in a trance with Kibella? I want to be inside of her. A synchronized trance is a complex telepathic practice. Things can go awry unless both participants trust each other and have a strong spiritual connection. However, I can sense that you do. I would be honored to be your guide during the ritual, Lord Captain. But remember, it's easy to get lost in another person and the fear of other house monsters. Trance it up. Magic. Ooh, a storybook event. I love these. A shackled mind cannot comprehend the wisdom contained herein. Therefore, repeat. He is death. Release your breath with each word. Cleanse your thoughts. He is death. Truth lies in death. Free your soul from the body's cage. Become nothing. He is death. Now that your heartbeat is a perfect line and your vision is shrouded in dust, you have almost reached a state of purity and balance. Heed. No human will see death before their time. That is the delusion of the living. Heed. To which we say, a strong spirit can travel there and make the journey back. Heed the tale of the great Doman Biggest Turg, who descended into the kingdom of the dead to retrieve his shadows. He is death. Birth and death are one. We are snatched from a place of warmth and sent blood-covered into an unfamiliar world. Dying is the same. The Doman, too, learned this as he opened his eyes and found himself on the low decks, lying in a cold coffin. He beheld his ship drifting through nothingness, an adamantine giant's corpse, a skeleton moaning from the winds of entropy. A tempest of rust was gnawing at the plasteel bones and twisting its veins like cables. What the machine oil oozed down its bulkheads like lymph. Had the Doman been alone, he would have lost his way inside the ship's mangled bowels. But a guide reached out to hand to him. The spirit of old Veni, Zachary, had loyally followed the Doman to the other side. In the labyrinth of the hereafter, the piercing gaze of Veni Zachary discerned the thorny path to the halls of death. The loyal servant swore to protect his lord. Together, the Doman and Veni made their way up through the malformed frame of the ship. From the cold catacombs of the lower decks, they traveled up into the fires of the ship's crematorium. Tongues of flame licked at them, yet they did not burn. Columns of the dead marched towards them and turned to ash in the fire, and the Doman and the Veni walked towards the dead in turn. At the great gate of the crematorium, their path was blocked by the executioner, a sentinel made of metal spikes and coiling blades with roaring flame and pale bleeding bodies writhing within. Such is a blade that has lost the strength of the tenants, a murderous monster no longer driven by faith, but by dark desires. The Doman saw that the fight was inevitable. And struck the first blow, aiming for a weak spot. The blade and the spike fell, clanging and turned to rust, for bloodlust weakens a blade, and the Doman had proved as much. And for a card of his tarot appeared in the Doman's hand. It was a God Emperor, and the first doubt was dispelled. He is death. Veni Zachary led the Doman out of the hot furnace of the crematorium, and they walked past long columns of the dead. Frayed was the attire. Their bones scraped against the rogmetics and scratched the decrepit flesh. They were moaning sorrowfully, and the sound made memory fade away. The Doman saw that the dead were carrying an ark, and inside that ark was a thing. A lost child cocooned in silk, shedding crimson tears for the unknown. The unliving carried her as servants would carry their lady, and loudly lamented their fate. Such is a blade mired in broodings over a lost past, a helpless child paralyzed by regret, lest he sink into the soft rot of their wails and perish. The Doman sternly ordered the apparition to vanish. I love my guy. He's just like, get the hell out of here, ghosts. I don't want any ghosts going on in here. The creature wailed and trailed off into the void like a river of rot, for doubt weakens the spirit, and weakness always loses its strength. And a card of the tarot appeared in the Doman's hand. It was the star, and the second doubt was dispelled. He is death. The old Veni led the Doman to the upper decks, and the Doman entered the officer's chamber. A web of veins adorned the walls, entangling the precious trophies and statues bound in intertwining sinews. High upon the balcony, the dismembered judge wailed as he attempted to reassemble himself with his pale hands. But his movements merely tightened the tangle of the flesh, turning the chambers into a snare. Such is a blade tangled and trapped in misunderstood teaching, a hapless creature that does not know its place in the world. In order to continue on his journey, the Doman studied the tangle of flesh for a secret sign that would show him the way. As the Doman read the words and spoke them, the judge's body began to rebuild itself to a new design, as beautiful as it was terrifying, for nothing is impossible when a soul has grasped the hidden wisdom. And a card of his tarot appeared in the Doman's hand. It was the rogue traitor, and the third doubt was dispelled. He is death, a true buster of ghosts. The flagship bridge was draped in skulls and webs, and pale souls of the dead flocked to the foot of the throne upon which sat the Undying Emperor. This is pretty cool. This image of the Emperor here. The protector of mankind, may his praises be innumerable. Starlight shone coldly into the eyes of his skull, and the galaxy rested in his mighty hand. The Doman approached his throne and spoke brazenly, demanding that he vacate the throne belonging to the Doman. The eyes of the Undying One's skull flashed ominously, for he was the Doman of the entire human race, and any and every throne was his throne. But he did not stoop to destroying the brazen Doman, for it was not yet his time to go. Then the Undying One spoke, and these words are preserved in your heart as the greatest of prayers, for they sprang from a source that was and is the holiest of all things. I know you, Doman. I know your heart, and the unclean corruption that dwells within it. I know the temptations and shameful longings that gnaw at you, and thus know this: you will face me again when it is your turn, and your spirit will be weighed but found unworthy, and you will rot in sorrow. But that will come to pass later. The Undying Emperor, may his praises be innumerable, said no more, and it was the Doman's turn to speak. And speak the Doman did, saying that he had come to find his shadow and rescue her. The skeletal fingers stirred, and the Doman's shadow loomed out of the darkness beside his throne. She was bound in black chains and asleep. The Undying One was silent. Now was the time to offer a payment, as death would give nothing away without payment in return, and the Doman promised the Undying One. Ooh. Whoa. I have to. It's my option. But is he gonna kill Kibella? We can't have that. We saved right before this, so... I mean, all the other options are like praise the Emperor, and I would never do that. I'm going to say to spare him from ruthless execution if he surrendered the Doman's shadow at once. Oh, I'm saying I'm going to spare the Emperor from ruthless execution. Oh, I misread this. I misread that. Yes. The Undying One listened to the Doman's brazen words with a hint of a smile, for one who taunts death can do so but once. Then the Undying Emperor leant over the Doman and drove a skeletal finger right into his heart, and he pulled at the scarlet thread of his soul, and the thread trembled, stretched to the limit. It was then that a revelation came to the Doman. A life must be paid for a life, and a name was revealed to him. Naki Erebus. That was the life that the Undying One demanded as payment. Who is this? We've seen this name before. Naki Erebus. Is this the Vizier? I'm trying to think like who else doesn't have like a name that we like pulled a name out of. An oath of blood was sworn. I said yes. And the chains fell from the Domin's shadow. Yet she remained silent and motionless, for she saw no sense in leaving the halls of death, to which the Domin told her. That in beholding death as one of the living, she had received a gift of unparalleled greatness. I have been trying to get her to strive for greatness. But I've also been saying, like, your duty is to me. I'll try unparalleled greatness. This looks like it's covered in blood now. There was clarity in her shadow soul, and her eyes opened. Her doubt was banished, and she glimpsed the truth in her last words. That the shadow's encounter with death had taught her many things about the flow of fate's currents, and thus she was positioned to decide which thread to sever. Second spinner Kibella, death's chosen one. May she be glorified. He is death. Greatness and pride is a good pathway to Khorne's corruption. Yeah, that's kind of what I think, right? The Domin in his shadow left the bridge of the Undying Emperor. May his praises be innumerable, and their path was strewn with his tarot cards. Among them, the Domin saw the card of the Executioner, which carries out sentences and brings a violent end to that which did not begin. Among them, the Domin saw the card of the Judge, who weighs the separate guilt from innocence and passes any verdict. And then they descended into the lower bays, lay down in a stone coffin, and closed their eyes. The Domin heard the Undying Emperor's voice promising them that they would meet again and soon. And thereupon their journey ended. And so it was that the Domin, having seen death before his due time, traveled there and back to bring us these tidings and wisdoms. Be free of doubt as you walk along the threads of the blood-spun web, for those threads lead to him, as does all of existence. He is death. As the shock of another's mind jumbles, thoughts stops constricting your throat, you find yourself staring at Kibella's pale face. It has settled into a strange expression. Domin biggest turg. Look at the choir master. It is over, Lord Captain. We are in the world of the flesh again. Are you well, Kibella? Do you remember what happened, how we met death? I remember stumbling. I remember my doubt in the truth of the tenets throwing me off my feet. I remember deciding to kill, and not because I had heard his whisper, but because I deemed it to be right. Death whispered my name. For a spinner without a thread is like a sky without stars. They would drown in their own soul's darkness. Man, you are so goth. But you have reminded me of who I am, and that my shameful weakness must be extinguished. This Nakai Erebus is the payment of the Undying One's demands, the price of redemption, the price of freedom. Who is this person? Where are they from? Help me find them. Your Factorum oversees archives that contain many names. Let him find the one that death has spoken, and I will pay the price that was set. The death of him is the key, the answer to my questions.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
I think it's the Vizier. I'm so certain this name came up earlier in the playthrough. Sometimes I wish the game would be like, you know who this name is. Like, you got this information out of somebody earlier. I need a DM. I need a DM because I don't take notes. Janice? Who's this guy? That clan name is familiar. If I can ask your lordship to give me a little time, the flagship archives being as fast as they are, I will find it as soon as possible. 15 minutes. I found them. They are lesser Voidborn clans, served in the boarding teams for many generations, spilling blood in the name of the dynasty. In the service of Her Ladyship Theodora, he displayed impeccable heroism on several occasions. The clan was all but wiped out 2 decades ago with a confrontation of the enemies of humanity. Lady Theodora granted the surviving members of the clan noble estate privileges and the right to settle on the capital world. It's not common for Voidborn to settle on a planet. Gravity is merciless, but that doesn't mean they're incapable of adapting to it. Living on a capital world is a reward worth putting in the effort. The name Nakai appears in reports at least on a dozen different women, but there's no data on a living person with that name. The head of the Erebus clan will likely have more information on Dargonus. A wink wink nudge nudge mechanic. That's what I need, yes. Another thing. I'll never get to this board council. Cassia. How wonderful it is that I found you here. Uncontrollable anxiety washes over your body, causing you to lose your breath. Cassia notices and closes her eyes. Please forgive me. My powers are sometimes too insistent in their attempts to break free from my control. Your efforts are lacking. I suggest you try harder, because my patience is bound to run out eventually. I came to deliver good tidings. I've spoken with the House Navigators through the Atlas. Of late, I can feel their incessant clarity how our connection is growing stronger. Despite the descent in their midst, House Orselio has been able to keep a precarious equilibrium, thanks in part to your arrival on Urac 5 and the resolution of the conflict on Dargonus. Not all Orselios concur with your decision, but none can deny the impact that you and no one else has had on the House's present state of affairs. There's more I wish to tell you. It's about the visions that I've come to experience during warp jumps. The same visions come to me again and again as if I'm going mad. These visions are about me, the Atlas, and Tisiphone, the House's previous Novator. I have seen her experiments, the ones that involve navigators from the Sethala branch, which were rumored to have destroyed for disobedience. But the visions told me an altogether different story, one where Sethralist helped Tisiphone create the Atlas, and they vanished immediately after the experiments were done with. Perhaps I can... No, I know I can find my way to the Palace of the Atlas if I recreate Tisiphone's journeys from my visions. A real palace, not the psychological illusion to which the navigators can reach out. I've always had a feeling that it truly exists in the world. Now, however, I know it with absolute certainty. I've been informed House Orselio will soon convene its Grand Council. Would it not be better to wait for it to finish first? I cannot shake a certain foreboding about the upcoming meeting. Trouble mirages have plagued my mind for many nights, voices calling and cursing my name, and the more I use the Atlas, the clearer the visions become, and the louder the voices grow, the further my powers wane. I'm certain all the House is experiencing the same, for all of us are connected. I can sense my family's fear. House Orselio is doomed to perish in darkness should I fail to discover the reason why the Atlas is weakening. For that reason, I believe it's somewhere in my visions. What else did they tell you? I saw her experience an epiphany in a dream, just like my visions came to me on our travels through the warp. She beheld a planet hidden through roiling warp storms. The world promised her great power, so she gathered the Sethless, her most devout followers, to go on a suicidal journey through the Tempest. I know not the details of what happened, but it was there that the Sethless sacrificed themselves for an experiment and obtained the Starway Atlas. I have an opportunity to find answers to my questions my mentor so deftly avoided. Why did they choose me? What is the Atlas? Is it true that House Orselio's past is drenched in blood? Please. Why should I go on this suicidal escapade to throne knows where? My house has nothing more to offer you. Perhaps the Palace of the Atlas holds a reward that will surpass all of our expectations. All right. God, gee whiz. Both the renegades and the loyalists, I doubt any of them will even agree to a brief armistice for the sake of learning about the Atlas's origins. I shall go after the answers about our past on my own. More companion quests. Non-stop companion quests. We can invite the renegades to touch the Atlas. Invite the Regent to touch the Atlas, or go alone. Let's go alone. Thank you for your understanding. Permit me to take my leave. I must prepare for the journey. For what I've been able to glean, we must travel to the Orselio prophecy system. Odd that. Could it be the historical records are lying and Orselio is not whom the star is named after? That was the system from which Tisiphone embarked, and we're going to follow in her footsteps. Off we go again. Why would I share this power? Exactly. I was like, either there's something here I want for myself, or there's something here and like Cassie's gonna get killed. Either way, I probably don't want to tell them about it. Well, the good news is this is literally the next planet en route. The bad news is there doesn't appear to be anything here. Except a bit of Promethium. Do we have any, contracts? No. Smargus Mundos. The price of power. Getting Cassia killed would be very bad. Warp travel becomes very impossibly risky without her. Ha. Ha, I say. Oh, here we go. Perform the ritual. Gamma also needs help. Another book event. I like that all the companions are getting book events. Witness Hideo on 00110101. You claim that you left the Sanctum Navis on the Lady Navigator's orders. Affirmative. This unit acted in accordance with Maintenance Protocol TRN 08353. Step 1. Sense the sacred mechanisms for the duration of 15 chronometer turns. Step 2. You failed to enforce the bridge about your imminent jump. I want to know why. Data unavailable. The Lady Navigator ordered that she be connected to the void ship, but she did not order the preparation of the machine spares for warp translation. Cause, a ritual that cannot be identified by this unit's capabilities. This unit received the command to interrupt protocol and exit the Sanctum Navis. No, please, not the fingers. I'm going to break everyone for every word of a lie I hear coming from your mouth. Now talk. Please, you have to believe me. All we did was prepare the canvas and mix the Lady Navigator's blood into the paints. Then we were told to lock open the shutter so that the Lord Captain could see everything that was going on inside the Sanctum Navis from the observation chambers. And, shite, armor glass can't shield you from warp horrors. I swear it on my soul and on the Golden Throne Master Enforcer, the Lady Navigator only wanted to paint a picture for a ritual or some such. She wasn't going to use the power in her eye, but I still got as far away from there as I could. That's all I saw, I'm telling you. We performed an emergency warp jump, barely activated the Geller field in time, and now we're being dragged to the throne by who knows where by some unknown force. The Lady Navigator and the Lord Captain are still unaccounted for. Now tell me one more time what transpired in the Sanctum Navis. I escorted the Lord Captain to the observation chambers and yelled at the servant for leaving the shutters open, but I was told it was on the rogue trader's orders. We would see the Lady Navigator clearly through the armor glass. She was vexed, pacing around the room, overseeing preparation for a ritual of some sort. Even to me, the look in her eye felt like a lead weight around my neck. Soon the servants were ordered to leave the Sanctum Navis, and the Lady Navigator picked up her brush. Entranced, she started dragging it across the canvas, painting one image over another, and then another over the other, and then another, and then the Lord Captain noticed it. There was a thing on the other side. The picture, covered in a layer of fresh blood, was coming to life. But the Lady Navigator was oblivious. That's when the Lord Captain... Ooh, Lord Cassidy's eye is open here. Spooky. That's when the captain called out to Lady Cassia. Startled by the Lord Captain's cry, the Lady Navigator answered. That's when I realized that the arm glass between us and the Sanctum Navis was gone, and the thing in the painting, they broke free. What happened next? I barely remember a thing. There was a bright flash, a purple blur. I remember feeling so scared that my knees were shaking. I remember my legs carrying me away like they had a mind of their own. And as I ran, I heard screams behind me. The Lord Captain and Lady Cassia, oh God, Emperor, the creatures, they pulled them both inside the painting. Mistress Foxmaster, I have a report that needs to be delivered to the senior officers. The Lord Captain and the Lady Navigator were lost during an emergency warp jump. Their whereabouts are still unknown. I'm sending you the interrogation reports. Strictly classified, access protocol holder only me. Tisiphnia Orselio's ritual did not go as planned. The warp disturbance triggered by the Lady Navigator's trance washed over the Sanctum Nabis. The voidship's machine spirits reacted to the surge of the Imperium and interpreted it as a call to action. Thus did the emergency jump into the unknown begin. Amid the shrieks of sirens, the clanging of shutters, and the distant hum of the warp engine, some unknown will pulled the Lord Captain into the Sanctum Nabis, towards the creatures from the living canvas that had already gripped the Lady Navigator's throat. Horrified and almost out of breath and struggling to scream, Cassia stretched out her own hand and began slowly sinking into the painting. Snatched a dagger from the floor and started hacking at the hands. I mean, part of me wants her to get sucked into this painting. The ritual dagger of House Roselio cleaved the billowing shadows, and yet the painted hand reformed itself the moment after the blade passed through it. Cassia went limp in the clutches of the horrific creation and was immediately pulled to the other side of the painting. A moment later, Biggest Turk, still clutching the dagger, was likewise plunged into the depths of the world that the Lady Navigator had created. Biggest Turk awoke, finding himself in the middle of a gigantic, boundless, billowing nothingness. His body felt weightless, floating in a void strewn with hundreds of the Lady Navigator's colors, some of them bright, warm, and alluring, others morose, cold, and heavy. Swim towards the dark colors. Grayish blue waves swallowed the Lord Captain, and the feeling of lightness disappeared on his limbs and grew heavy again. He fell on the hard floor of a laboratory cluttered with vats as tall as a human. Inside them were dozens, hundreds of repulsive mutants. Some had no arms or legs, or two heads, or no face, or their innards turned inside out. But each had white skin, white hair, long clawed limbs, and ruby eyes. My lady, the child is born. The old woman slowly approached one of the vats. Readings? Stable. Mutations? None were detected at any of the stages. Genes? Identical, my lady. Chance of survival? 100 times higher than any of the previous experiments. How long will it take to grow this child? I fear accelerating the process might cause the body to fail. Only one after years of silence. I understand the situation. Natural growth. I do not have that much time. We will have to go with the backup plan. Yes, Novator. It will be done. So Cassia is a clone. The memory dissipated and a gust of silvery wind hurled the Lord Captain back into the ocean of nothingness, but this time the nothingness felt dismal. Instead of bright hues, all it contained was shadows of invisible monsters swimming by, shrouded by the nebulous veil of unfathomableness. I guess let's reach for the bright colors. Biggest Turk plunged into a river of bright hues, and flashes of rosy sunset and lilac carried him down the dazzling stream. Before long, the Lord Captain was standing in an idyllic garden permeated with the fragrance of flowers and the singing of birds. Servants in purple livery darted back and forth, attending to a withered old woman in a navigator's mask. Sitting on her lap and smiling coyly to everyone was a little girl with ruby eyes and white hair. Be a good little girl, my child, until the day we meet again. With trembling hands, the woman handed the girl to a navigator in laboratory attire. I am out of time. Prepare the child for the Atlas transfer and destroy all records and mentions of the world of Air TV. None must learn of that which place here. And remember, her body must grow strong for it to accept my power, and once I've returned, loyalty will be rewarded. The memory dissipated, and a gust of silvery wind hurled the Lord Captain back into the ocean. He closed his eyes and remained adrift in the weightlessness. Biggest Turd stayed in the ocean of nothingness, devoid of any sensation and emotion, until an ornate ritual dagger floated before his eyes and reminded him of a world that once seemed more real than this one. Someone's scream broke the delicate equilibrium of the Lord Captain's motionless body, and the weightlessness released him. He plummeted into the maroon abyss of roiling illusions, but now was in full control of his body again. Then, Biggest Turd descended into the abyss towards the screams. The Lord Captain crashed from an immeasurable height to the bottom of a roiling abyss. In the next moment, he saw two figures amid the billowing maroon mist. One of the figures, unnaturally gaunt and tall, was clutching the other one, smaller in its claws, screaming furiously. Yo. Peer into the strange maroon mist. In the swirling mist all around him, Biggest Turk could make out human faces stricken with torment. Not just human faces. Xenos, Eldari, their features fused together with those of humans, which made the Crimson Spectres look all the more abominable. Their gazes and their rage were directed at the two unmoving figures facing each other. We drew closer and looked at the figures. One step was all it took for some unknown force to notice the Lord Captain, seize him, and drag him through the painting's twisted space. Now the Lord Captain could clearly see the dark shade of the long-dead navigator leaning over Cassia, clutching her neck in his clawed fingers. The shade screamed, "You were given life because of me. You survived because of me. And here you are now because I've willed it so. Bow before me. Tell me what I wish to hear and your suffering will end. Go on, child. I've waited for so long. Submit to me." Cassia looked exhausted, her body covered in hundreds of thin cuts, her lips lacerated, claw marks on her cheeks, and yet there was hatred and contempt in her eyes. "I know what you crave, Tisiphone, but you will never have it. You want my soul, my body? You claim that I am you? Get out of my head." Cassia freed a hand from Tisiphone's grasp and struck her cadaver's face with all of her might, shattering the old woman's skull into white splatters of paint. Should we choose not to intervene here? You know Cassia, you can manipulate her. I mean, persuasion is like, we rock at persuasion. But like, to me, this is like a demon. This effectively is possessing Cassia. I wonder if I persuade her, could I do something afterwards, but yeah, it's a 70 persuasion check. I don't know Tisiphone. Might not be easily manipulated. All right, we'll try the persuasion check. It is a skill check. None of these are obviously heretical either, so the Lord Captain's word attracted not just Lady Cassie's attention, but Tisiphone, finally noticing the presence of a living creature in the bizarre world, turned to face the interloper and lunged forward, seething with rage. When the entity's claws were millimeters from the throat, Cassia opened her navigator eye and a wave of unbridled warp energy obliterated her specter before she realized what was happening. The Lady Navigator graced the Lord Captain with a tired smile. The abortive ritual had turned out to be a trap set for Lady Cassia by the previous Novator, but the rogue trader had ensured that her plan fell to ruin. Now it was time to desert the accursed place. Cassia took the rogue trader's hand and guided him through the maroon mist and out of the painting. Their unconscious bodies were discovered in the Navish 20 Terran days after their appearance, as soon as the voidship had emerged from the warp in an unknown system. You get out of here this time, Cassia. Now Cassia's even more beholden. Christy, we did do the words already, yeah. Not to say we might not do more, but a burning world. Augur anomalies. Another world is burning before your eyes. It's covered in geysers, belching forth clouds of incendiary gas, feeding a massive conflagration enveloping the planet. Thousands of years ago, a single flash of lightning or some spark launched a chain reaction that turned it into a blistering inferno. Examine the constructions and the discovered artifacts using our previous knowledge. The meticulous work of the tech priest and archivist is taking forever. Even your astropathic choir master joins the effort, spending long hours in a trance and relaying messages to those who can help. It looks like the builder of the flame used hereditary bacterial structures to record information. The artifacts you discovered on the burning worlds contained colonies of bacteria whose genes carried the message of these xenos across generations. Their language, however, bears a passing semblance to some of the ancient samples already available to your scientists. They managed to make a crude translation. They revealed that the builders from the flame were not originally colonizing the burning worlds. Their homeland was not a planet, but a star. It's hard to imagine what the creatures that evolved in the burning ocean of a faraway sun might have looked like, but one day their peaceful existence came to an end. The records contain a chilling legend about some cosmic horror that arrived and devoured the sun that the builders came from, Satans. Fearing the monster, they fled and no longer dared to settle on the stars. The builders consider burning worlds fit for habitation, yet they went extinct shortly after the Exodus, perhaps unable to adapt to the harsh realities of life outside their stellar home. Their civilization left a wealth of unique technologies and heat-resistant material, and now that treasure is yours. Okay. It's not bad. Bit of loot. A purple star? Cool. Super cool. Palace of the Atlas. Well, let's go. Oh, we gotta level her up. Oh, sweet Jesus. I don't know how to play Casio. I haven't used her at all. You know what, man? This is what I'm gonna do. I know some of her abilities. What are the crazy ones? Walking Nightmare, Immolate the Solar, Warp Curse Unleashed. Realize blah, 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 blah. Already have this feature. Second use returns the target to his position where it was and restores its wounds to the state they were during the time. If the cell is occupied or unreachable, they move to the nearest closest one. So this can like bring back people. I guess we'll just take that. We're gonna give her, she's combat meditation. God, I'm trying to remember what the psyker abilities are here. That might also be worthwhile. Malign Influence is one of the good ones. I'm literally just going to take all the navigator powers. Which I'm going to like run out of, so I'm going to have to take some other things as well here. We'll take Lasting Impression. I'm going to take... Notch of Purpose. Fellowship. Sniping Zone. Threads and Faults. Lore Imperium. We're gonna take Stuff of Steel, maybe? Equal to Deflection. Definitely not that. Upgrade for Notch is really good. I could give her peak condition and then she could just use heavy armor, which is kind of foolish. I don't hate that idea. I don't have like any gear for her right now. You know what? I'm gonna do it. We'll give you focus. Give you Lore Imperium. Blinking Stare, Lore Imperium. Just gonna give you one day on the Sea of Souls. Fellowship. Oh my god, I don't know. Toughness. Lore Imperium. Damn. I'm gonna have to find the Templar common talents. Heavy weapon, heavy armor proficiency requires 45 strength, but she has that. So I need to take this earlier if I want to do that then. Where is that ability? Peak condition. That's combat meditation. Exemplar talents. Here you're taking malign influence. So we'll switch this one out for peak condition. And we'll put malign influence here. And then power armor. Do I have 2 sets of power armor? This is actually a big question. I don't really know, but I guess we'll find out. It's a very foolish idea that we're doing. And then let's give you the last one of those. I could give her heavy weapon, heavy armor, and power armor. Eager for battle? Yeah, sure. I do feel like I gotta take that heavy armor bonus. But it's got to come after that. So it's got to be, what, common talent here? Jeez, where is this? First tier, second tier, characteristics, available skills, exemplars. Second common, the next common talent is there. This is also a common talent. Okay, so you could have actually been. Sorry, this is such a jerk around to do this. That's power armor proficiency. That's peak condition, exemplar. Your combat. So I'm going to take peak proficiency here. Peak condition here. Combat meditation here. I can't change that one. Goddamn. Okay, well, whatever. Screw it. We're not really going to use her after that mission anyway. I know, but I just want to see if we can get some fun gear on her. I don't think I have a second set of power armor. That's the Imperium armor. I could just Imperium stacker. I totally don't. I totally don't. That's okay. It's slightly better for her. I hate the look of it, but like, it'll do. Just trying to see if like any of these are maybe a little psyker related, but I don't think they are. Whatever staff you give her, make sure it has devastating as an effect. Currently she has the red crystal staff, which does have devastating. Tier 12. I think that's the best staff for her. Castigating. She has a sniper rifle. What if she had a heavy bolter instead? But maybe? Oh, that's really funny. She can actually only wield this because of this staff. So I don't know if she can actually use that. I could give her that web gun. Or yeah, I could give her this heavy stube. I gotta be real. I don't understand how she even has like she shouldn't have bolter proficiency. Where the hell did that heavy bolter go? Why did you vanish on me? Screw it. I'm gonna give her that heavy bolter then. She's gonna be such a mess. I have not built her in any way that's logical at all. I should probably not take Adira. But I'm going to. I'm sorry, is this an Eldari world and I'm not taking Marazai? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. We're gonna have to go back. Didn't realize this was an Eldari world. Can I like risk not taking Kibella? I'm gonna have to. I hate it, but I'm gonna have to. Leave Pascal. Who is going to open chests for me if I don't have Pascal? Don't you realize he does two very important skill checks that nobody else knows how to do?
The world will bow.
We're like completely useless without him. House Rosalia need not know what's taking place here. The navigators are frightened enough by the power as it is. The last experiments left from the Sathala clan without a shred of reason. Empty shells will bring no glory. We've managed to implement the artifact in a subject who can wield its power. All the navigators who perished in the agonizing torrent of energy were merely a symptom of our decline. I tire of counting the dead. The weak have no place among those who have harnessed the Atlas. Their abilities have grown manifold and become significantly easier to control and more effective at resisting the ruinous influence of the warp. All or nothing. Today's the day when my work is completed and the Starway Atlas takes its final form. The Sethless have already undergone the operation. All that's left is me, the Atlas that controls them all. Today I become the greatest Novator in the history of House Roselio, or I turn to nothing. This power's beyond compare. All it took was a whim to make the wretched Sathras fall dead at my feet, as if I have a second heart beating in my chest, subjugating any with the ability to touch it. How regrettable is it that this power only extends to those Orselio navigators who have accepted a piece of the Atlas within themselves? From now on, all children will be gifted with one at their initiation. There will be no one who can match our greatness. Heart of the Navigator clan camp.
Powers unseen, uncover my path.
This thing sounds like kind of dangerous. The Aldari Sanctum is blemished by human presence. In the pursuit of ancient secrets, the Navigator had no qualm about filling the ruins up. We can climb down here.
Nothing's impossible
And then
for this old officer.
tech use. See, this is why we brought Pascal. Otherwise, we wouldn't get these gloves that give Marozai 15 ballistic skill. Can you imagine?
Compared to naval service,
Those extremely
that was
useful
barely
gloves
Intriguing.
on my dual-wielding bleeding guy? Wow, good eye on that loot. I did 100% miss that. 90% demo charge. Oh, right.
Triumph is my birthright.
Because we don't have Bay. Plasma ring. Fires a plasma shot. Grenadier's backpack. First time the wearer uses a grenade during their turn, they have a 50% chance to not expend the grenade. Wearer and allies are immune to the grenade.
I tread
Man.
a path unexplored.
The game really wants you to use grenades. And boy, do I not seem to know how. One of these days I'll make a grenade build, but today is, I tell you, not going to be that day.
Why would a homunculus establish a lair in the middle of the forests of Quetzaltemer? I thought Drakari feared to be in real space.
As they should. We killed them.
Insanity, desperation. or
Taking
the
Grenadier helps.
compulsion
Yeah,
of
yeah.
twisted creative
So they don't use AP,
genius.
yeah.
Every homunculus thinks of themselves as an artist. Perhaps his next design required him to serve himself up to silent thresh on a platter. You
Ruined
delegate
statues
this menial task to me.
Depicted pages from the long history of the Aldari.
world trembles beneath my feet.
What do we got over here? Chain sword. Remove the data crypt from this dead machine to keep the house's secrets safe. And hide all of the terrible things that happen. Ooh. Halt, cursed child. We had to ally ourselves with the Xenos to stop you. Wow, you allied with Xenos? Despicable. I would never do that. No matter, it's a small price to pay for the liberation of House Roselio from the chains of tyranny. How did this guy get here and find out about this? Here comes my backup. Be gone, renegades! We followed the Atlas's call in your wake, child. Stand with us. House Roselio will not trade to Sifty's legacy for the false ideals of blind fools. I don't know who to side with here, honestly. It's got to pull the pin on the grenade and throw it. Easy. What's happening? Oh yeah, this thing's great. It turns people inside out. Oh. Xenos. Uh-oh. Orcelio Renegade's representative. Damned Xenos, this was not the bargain we struck. Throne smite you. The Navigator's skin, who is so thin it reveals his muscles, bones, and innards underneath, clenches his augmented gold jaw in contempt. What's this? The rogue trader and his traitors to the house have lured the child into a trap set by Xenos. I wish my eyes were deceiving me, but now I can clearly see that the great Regent Aranto was right to send us after your vessel. Okay, so this guy's the guy I don't like. The sturdy-built woman is armed with a pistol, and yet there are signs of exhaustion in her posture. Her face is hidden behind a gem-encrusted three-eyed mask, and a Novelist Nabalite vestment are stained with dried blood and other evidence of recent combat. I too wish to be enlightened about what is happening here. You will stop defiling the remains of the hallowed ground of our ancestors with your semblance of speech, monkey. The Harlequin's bright clothes faintly glimmer in the dim light of the system star, and the sinister grin on his mask only adds to the menacing and aloof presence. The final act will soon unfold. Will you pay for your deeds of your ancestors? Stay put and wait for the puppeteer to pull at your strings. Why are there Xenos ruins where the palace of the Atlas should be? Why is this place coated in an impenetrable black mist? I'm suffocating. She clutches her breastplate near where her Atlas is, her voice feeble and trembling. Three-eyed monkey who sees into Shael, the taint of your ancestors has begun to consume your body and soul. Pathetic fools with an insatiable lust for power that is not yours. Ending your misery will be merciful. Taint? Do you mean the Atlas Xeno traitor? It's not in my taint. Silence, traitor! The Atlas is the sacred relic of House Roselio. It's what elevates us above the rest. How dare you! The Regent's envoy abruptly loses her breath with a groan and she clutches her chest. I refuse to accept this. Impossible. What's this taint you speak of? Do you not see it? When the monkey discovered this crone world, you tainted it with your crude technology, despoiled it of its relics, ruined all there was to the last stone, but worst of all, you sullied the souls of our ancestors, reposed in their sacred vessel, the spirit monolith. He points his thin finger at the remarkable crystal floating behind his back. The harlequins around you tighten the grip on their weapons. Like a sea of bottomless blue, I did not know that living things could exude such saturated hues. I wish I could paint this ocean a different color. Examine the crystal. Ooh, the translucent stone shares a strange resonance with this place. You can sense the energy emanating from it. Mysterious, restless, coagulated. It resembles a giant heart that's been plucked out of its owner's chest. Its crystal clarity is pierced by hundreds of dark veins that have taken root within a terrible illness. What is this place? Your primitive language has no words to convey the true nature, but I will venture a try. Some call it a world beneath the first stars. Others know it as a crone world or an unblighted world. It was our ancestors' home before we became prey to Sealand Thresh. How do they taint it? The experiments. This is where she conducted the experiments. It's not possible to consort with Xenos is to violate the word of the God Emperor. It's known that all of Tisephane's Orselio executed anyone who showed any interest to the enemies of humanity. Is that so? Then why is it that every piece of metal or fabric in this place bears our house coat of arms? Open your eyes. Quiet. I am unsurprised that the truth is hidden from your gazes, three-eyed monkey who see into Shael. I realized it the moment I met the first of you, wretched. Begged us to help you destroy your own kin. I sensed it within you. Our ancestors' call, their pleas, their endless torment. I know what you found was a crone world, and I humbly waited for the day you would lead me to it. What experiments did she conduct here? I saw visions of Tisiphone in my dreams, but I have seen all this so clearly. There was power locked within this stone. It might make our navigator's abilities several times stronger. It would magnify them by a factor of dozens, but the price was too high. The stone would always burn the minds of its host, which is why after Tisiphone broke the monolith into many shards, which were easier for humans to control, they placed the shard of the spirit of the monolith inside their bodies to empower their abilities. What a disgrace. All this time, House Roselio's grandeur has been built on lies and betrayal and the blood of the Imperium itself. Well, there's no shame in using Xeno's powers for the good of Imperium. My whole life I've been taught to honor the Emperor and his light that illuminates our way in the darkness of the Sea of Souls, a place of horror and torment. I've been told all heresy must be eradicated lest its weeds spread deep into human souls. I am one such weed, and so is all of House Roselio. You are more than just a tyrant's heir. You are a successor to a mad heretic, a betrayer of faith. You must be destroyed, you and the Atlas, once and for all. I like how I was like, I'm not going to tell anybody I'm going here. And despite not telling anybody I'm going here, everybody showed up. And more people. You think the solution's so easy, don't you, Monkey? When you die, your souls become captives inside the spirit monolith. The process is deranging to our ancestors who have served as the monolith's guardians for aeons. It's equally agonizing to the souls of your dead, and the more Monkey souls the monolith absorbs, the more volatile it becomes. The Eldari and the Monkey have spent many a dance battling for supremacy within the monolith, and its integrity is waning. You sense it too. The only way to free our ancestors from this pain is to separate the Monkey taint from the spirit monolith. My troop is here to perform that. We will play our part today, and the final act of this age-long tragedy begins. The monkey players will exit this world stage. How can I use this for good? And by good, I mean demons. What do you say to the Xenos assertions, Cassia? I cannot change the past, it's true, nor can I change the fact that my house is forever tainted with the disgrace born of Tisiphane's hubris. All of us here today have the power to change the future and halt the unending suffering that's drowning both your kin and mine. You suggest that the Monkey and the Eldari change the future together. I must admit, my leading lady, I'm confounded by your audacity. My Atlas, if you can free the phantoms of my house from the spirit monolith, guide them to enter my Atlas. Their experience and wisdom will steer House Roselio onto the path of truth and allow future generations to avoid the calamitous pitfalls of their forebears. K. Morag, my leading lady, the shards of the monolith are lodged inside the chest of every Monkey bound to you by ties of blood. How do you intend to return them? Use the Atlas to sever my subject's connection to the spirit monolith and extract the shards from every navigator of House Orselio. This artifact is implanted at birth, but it doesn't mean that the ritual can't be reversed. I witnessed its creation through Tisephane's eyes and my visions. I've lived it over and over again through the memories of the Cephala clan. I can recreate the ritual that will return the souls of your kin to you and save my people's lives. This doesn't sound like something I want to do. Let's deal with this Atlas issue after we've killed the Xenos. Yet another aggressive monkey. Yaldari souls nourished House Orselio with their strength for nearly 3 centuries. I want to do this right, biggest turd. No more blood need be shed. I guess I'm going to ask if she's actually capable of it. Confident in my abilities more so than ever. Haven't seen a really heretical option yet. Yeah. Like, this option is like, don't let the God Emperor's servants be sullied by heresy. That's like the last thing I would ever say. Seldom do humans and Xenos get a chance to resolve without conflict. I second the proposal. The Harlequin remains as still as a Garrus statue for several minutes. Then the mellifluous voice behind the mask says, I'm willing to try, monkey. No, I won't let you destroy the Atlas, even if it is the child's wish, Lady Orselio. You are too young, inexperienced. You simply can't comprehend. You address the future Novator of House Orselio, one who survived the massacre of Urak 5, one who has lived following an attempt on her life at the Palace of Dargonis, one who has restored her house to stability in what scant time she has been free, while all of you have spent years destroying it from within. You address one who has passed through the tempest of the Sea of Souls to the true Atlas as a rogue trader's ally, yet you still call me unworthy, don't you? Young, experienced? Kneel before me and I shall forgive you your insolence. Fellowship has succeeded. House Orselio was always loyal to Novator Tisephone. Henceforth, it will be loyal to her successor, even if you see fit to lead us down a different path. Pretty good roll. Pretty damn good roll. Are you done with your performance, Monkey? Then stand aside and do not interrupt. Oh yeah, you can see like the parts where it's broken. I'm hoping if it's returned to its full strength and then we can like corrupt it even worse afterwards. I can feel it again, the tranquility. The ancestral souls have found peace and corruption no longer endangers the monolith or this world. Remember our agreement. We will soon meet in this place again so that you can give us the shards. Now be gone.
Embrace true power.
Well, I don't know. At least we didn't have to do a big fight, I guess. Can't even see his stats. Blah, 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 blah.
Powers unseen.
I just don't really care about her story that much. An Aldari hero who created 100 worlds and twice as many stars. Well, I guess we're done here. Quick round of level ups for everybody. We haven't had enough of these today. Great question. Let's just take Psychic Barrage. Additional ballistic skill damage. Oh, no, maybe not. Subtle Manipulation allows us to use psychic powers. Yeah, let's just do that one. And we'll take a little bit more Coercion. Should have went right into it without leveling up. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you might be right. But what's done is done. -9 penalty to dodge except all attacks except the vanguards. I'm gonna take that. He tends to miss a lot because of the dodging. Carouse, athletic, and you're also taking Medicaid then. I feel like I could have made Abelard an Imperium scholar as well, but... Sure, we'll take share of the spoils. Man, Medicaid. I don't care. I'll just take redeployment and Lower Imperium and Marizai. Stack of the vulnerable effect. Take killing spree and demolition.
Intriguing.
One eye power that lowers the perils of the warp power in combat when she uses the eye. Why would I ever want to do that? I don't understand. If the perils of the warp is low, then I don't summon demons all the time. Don't you understand? We thrive in chaos. That's our specialty. It's what we do best.
Von Valancius. The name will be forever preserved in the archives of House Orcelio, whose records span the many centuries of the Imperium's history.
So the entire power of the Atlas is in your hands?
I suppose so, if by power you mean priceless knowledge. As for the special...
And you're the full-fledged boss?
All people should know that succession is a lengthy and...
So what awaits the navigators now?
The Xenos have managed to free the souls of our ancestors from their confinement. The memory and wisdom of those that came before us will serve our house.
I mean, this makes her
helping
stronger.
Build upon the ruins of the present. Of course, I will try to answer any questions you have. I have enjoyed your...
All right. See you later. Let's get out of here. Skedaddle. I don't know if I need to like collect those other shards and come back down. Hopefully I don't. Unforeseen event. Have we been here? What is this? Kiava Gamma requires my presence. Oh, gee, God, Jiminy Chillikers. We got to meet some people on Dargonis. This is the auger that we're not strong enough to do. Are we going to Dargonis? I mean, I guess. God damn it. We're never going to get to this war council, man. I'm trying to get to this war council for like 6 videos right now. Can't get anything done. If you sectors don't behave, I'm turning this ship around. All right, Kibella, let's go. I feel like I gotta go fly over to Cabagama and solve this problem as well. No Cassia, yes, Kibella. This is to figure out who we're killing. We should be a quick trip, 10 minutes in and out. Quick little level up here before we go. You ever feel like sometimes you're just doing nothing but leveling up? I do. How can I make you explode things more? Every turn, the first use of an assassin ability causes 0 AP. Yeah, sure. Let's take that. Demolition, Medicae. Carouse, apparently. I don't even know who I'm going to talk to here. Oh, they've been summoned. So probably Clementia. Just one more stream. One more stream of side quests. Trying so hard. Like, I swear to God, if I was gonna say if Argenta asks me to do something, I'm just gonna flat out say no, but then I remember she's not on the ship anymore. Well, this place is still covered in blood and heresy, hey? I like what we've done with the place. Can I sit in the throne? No. All right, Clemenia. Summon whoever the hell I'm meant to be talking to. Bring in these dogs. Protectors of Dargonus from the void between the stars. Randor and Zione of House Erebus, along with their heirs Mattis, Lorna, Rono, Lumi, Erebus. Yeah, none of these guys are the guys I gotta kill. They make a sign of the Aquila, reverent expression of their battle-scarred faces. Beside them are their children, raised to love the God Emperor. They are mild-mannered but fascinated by their new surroundings. Judging by their uniforms, the two eldest children are already members of the Planetary Guard. Your Lordship, it's a great honor for House Erebus to be invited to your palace. There's a glimpse of distinct anxiety in his eyes. She touches her husband's palm ever so slightly and gives him a reassuring nod. As a token of our greatest reverence for the Von Valencius dynasty, allow me to present you with a modest family relic of the Erebus clan. May it serve you faithfully. Whenever the wearer kills an enemy, their Medicae increases by 2 times the resolve until the end of combat. We have to look at Medicae stuff because I think I might have just made an even more broken Kibella. How are you doing on Dargonus? We're delighted by the favor you've shown us, Your Lordship. Life in the capital is much calmer and slower compared to the ship, and I've already gotten used to the gravity. A crowd, the Doman's attention, and this being their first visit to the palace. They are nervous. You must give these people time. Let them get accustomed to the surroundings and to your presence. Let them wander around the hall and taste the food. We will talk to each one individually. As Erebus's parents notice a bloodspun web cultist at your side, they exchange glances. An almost imperceivable tension hangs in the air. Are you finding the reception to your liking? It's beyond all of our expectations. We couldn't have dreamt of something like this, to be honest. Even just permission to settle on Dargonus and continue our service on the dynasty's capital world was a most gracious gesture on Lady Theodore's part. We didn't expect any further attention. She smiles gently, but her fingers are fidgeting with her heirloom pendant. Let us enjoy the evening. Join the guests. The beauty about leveling is eventually there's a cap. No way. A Kibella item on Kibella quests? So that would take over... That's a hard one. I'd either have to get rid of that demolition item or the ritual blade. The ritual blade is really fun because it just instantly kills things. And if it doesn't kill them, it does agility direct damage, and direct damage scales really good. I gotta be honest, I don't really know what Medicae items we have, so I'm not gonna really dive into that right now. You're pressing down too hard on your quill, Lumi. Look how thick your lines are. The ink hasn't dried. Mother will be livid when she sees the stain on my cuff. Why don't you watch what you're doing instead of lecturing me again? How many times has Master Rogbard said apply the base colors first and then the darker shades? The children are leaning over a sheet of parchment, arguing passionately. A small, finely made box next to them contains quills and ink. Kibella's shadow hangs over the younger Erebus. Her unblinking gaze carefully studies the drawing and grows gloomy. Your Lordship, we're honored to be the Von Valancius Palace. I am Lorna Erebus. Aw, man, I don't have a Della here to just do all my checks for me. Look at the drawing. Ah, the parchment is an unfinished family portrait showing the Erebus parent and the 4 children. The young artist's skill is impressive. There's only 3 children here. But your attention is drawn not to the fine lines and shading, but the sketch of a dark figure added in by a still more masterful hand. Our family was once renowned for their courage, but Dargonus has no need for boarding teams, so our parents enrolled Romy and Lumi in the Scriptorum. Who's that dark shape? Mother says the Erebus clan is the secret guardian that protects us from the shadows, and I thought it would be unfair to draw all of us, but not them. That's proper and honorable. Come, Doman, let's not frighten them anymore. That scrap of parchment. Yeah, I'm going to be a jerk. The scrap of parchment must be special. I see no reason for your brother and sister to be ignoring the rogue trader. Apologies, your lordship. I'm to blame. Lumi and Romy tend to get very far engrossed in their work. I'll see to it they don't forget their manners again. Glory to the Protectorate. Gotta keep them in check.
The world will bow.
I guess it's... Oh, Mattis is the other kid, I guess. Cut out the Cassius sideshow. This can be a Kibella episode too. It basically is. Yeah, today has been all Kibella all the time. Senior Mattis Erebus at your service. I hope I don't sound too bold if I say I always dreamt of serving on your flagship. Would it be too much of a modest servant to the dynasty to hope that the Lord Captain might graciously make him part of the crew? Kibella soundlessly appears at your side, her face reflected in Mattis's dark eyes. As their gazes meet, they both freeze in astonishment and lower their heads. If Kibella had enough to eat growing up, if she had not put her body through gruesome trials, if she had not used intoxicants during the cult's ritual, you might have said that the two bore quite a resemblance to each other. Oh no, Kibella, is your real name this guy's name? Are you, Kibella, do you have to kill yourself, Kibella? Uh-oh. Part of my tactless mistress, I have a strange feeling we've met before. You were born on a world and absorbed by a hive scent. You would have remembered someone who smelled like that. I do not know you. She is voidborn. Oh no, I totally have to kill Kibella. Do you believe yourself fit to serve on a flagship? I've served dutifully in the planetary forces, your lordship. Governor Drivestem even awarded me a medal for defending the Southern Hive against the Xenos. I may have been born on a gravity-bound world, but my heart belongs to the void. So your reasons are your unflinching courage and your love of the stars. I'm afraid you'll find it laughable. I've always known my destiny awaits me on the flagship because ever since I was a child, I've had the same dream over and over. A dark-haired young woman walking barefoot along the decks and me following in her footsteps. I would run but never catch up to her. My father told me he felt something of the sort when he met my mother. His eyes taking Kibella's features and smiles sadly. I believe my future awaits me there. All right, you can come along. She's shouting all the way from over there. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess we could take her with us. Your lordship, allow us to thank you for this honor. Though we left the flagship a long time ago, it's a pleasure to be in the presence of a Lord Captain again. We realize your attention to House Erebus was brought on by some manner of circumstance. Let us know how we can be of service. A keen observation. Do you remember Theodora well? We never saw her in person. We didn't have the rank. Even her favor was bestowed on us in the form of a document penned and delivered by a scribe. We remember her orders, and they were reflective of all the courage and fervor of a true rogue trader. Tell me about your family. We are but a shadow of what was once a more numerous clan. Most of our kinspeople fell in combat, but we believe the Erebus' last battle is yet to be fought. We raise cohorts of successors. We teach new recruits and our own children the ins and outs of void service before they even set foot on board. New generation are learning to serve in their own way. Our eldest son, Mathis, is on the planetary guard. So is Lorna, the eldest daughter, though she's devoted herself to medicine. And my great surprise and elation, our younger children, Rono and Lumi, have found their vocation in serving the God Emperor and the Ecclesiarchy. I actually need a new Medicae. Our last one had its head chopped off. From this point forward, Mattis will serve on my ship. He's the pride of the Erebus family, its blood, its essence. We're delighted to serve him. I'm looking for a Nakai Erebus. Is there anybody else here to talk to? Oh, I just enjoy the evening.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Just want to check. No, that's it. Okay. Our clan had a tradition. We name our children in honor of past heroes. Matnus and Nakai Erebus, the twin founders of our family, a great warrior and a keeper of knowledge. Legend had it a great future awaited bearers of those names. Every Magus or Nakai Erebus would add to the clan's renown, but they would prove faithful assistants to any Lord Captain they served. Legends are just that, legends. It's not the names that give people strength, but the faith inside their hearts. Your son bears the name Magus. What can I say? I've always wanted to raise a great person. Then why did you name your daughter Lorna and not Nakai? Did you not want her to become great? I didn't. They did name a daughter Nakai. We did, but the Emperor took us from us. The Undying Emperor. Is there someone named Nakai in your household currently? You were followers of the Bloodspun Web? No, your lordship. Randor and I have always been stalwart in our faith, but we've revered the Spinner's services. Their sacred path was too dark and frightening for us. We may not have understood the deeds of the Bloodspun Web, but we never doubted that the Spinners carried out his will, for they give their all to their duty. It's a heavy duty, but a true duty always is. Enough. I guess I should have said no to that quest earlier. Somebody tricked me. Kibella's cry brings the Erebus family back together. 6 alarmed faces, 6 people standing shoulder to shoulder like a fortress wall, and one lone grim figure opposite them. The shadow peers into their dark eyes, the same as her own, their pale lips the same as her own. She clenches her fist, ignoring the steel claws that pierce her palms. I know who Nakai Erebus is. And so do I. Zeroni looks at Kibella with scarcely concealed fear, and her husband notices her reaction and shakes his head in warning. No, how could you keep something like that to yourself? How could you? Lorna hugs her younger brother and sister, who cast a frightened glance at their parents and a sinister woman with a wry smile. Nakai Erebus is me! Her laughter resonates throughout the halls. So all this time, Magus, your dreams were showing you the woman who was destined for me, not the love of my life, but my sister. I remember what I'm permitted to remember, the tenets of the web, prayers to the Undying One, the names of poisons and intoxicants, the name the Vizier gave me, but you? No. I don't know you. You mentioned a guardian in the shadows, an unseen shadow, a servant of death. Mother called her Nakai, but I knew she was talking to someone she knew. You lied when you said the Emperor had taken them. We didn't lie, we would have never dared. A few years before Lady Theodora sent her clan survivors to Dargonus, the Vizier came to our bay. He said the Emperor demanded the next firstborn of the Erebus clan and that he needed a new spinner. Interesting. Why do we have to kill her? I don't know, because the creepy dream told us to, I guess. Marinara, something's going on with TTS today, so thank you for the biddies. But I don't know what's happening. Death to the corpse emperor. Blood for the blood god. Corn for the cornflakes. I hope that suffices. 6 months later, we had a twin, a boy and a girl with eyes darker than darkness itself. You were born first, Nakai, with sorrow and pride. We gave the Vizier our most precious treasure, for that's how he honors the God Emperor. I don't want to upset Kibella here, but I have no mouth and I must scream. Still Obama? I don't know. We thought of the sacrifice we had to make and of the sacrifice the Emperor makes for all of us. It was hard, but we didn't doubt his will. It was our sacrifice and our service. If I had been born a minute earlier, this animated corpse standing before you today would have been me. Why doesn't she remember anything? Why was she never told? The ritual of releasing the burden. Kibella steps up to her brother, who is so completely like her and yet so completely different. New Bloodspun Web recruits undergo it in order to forget their past and devote themselves to the Undying One so that their souls do not suffer. Tell me, Magus, is your soul in pain? It only hurts because I never knew you all these years. We're here to settle our debt to the Undying One. We now have the name, the person, and the explanation. I know what must be done, so why do I feel pain from the unseen wound in my heart? Why am I, for the first time in my life, hesitant to sever a thread? All this time I've been wandering in the labyrinth of my mind, but the answer never came to me. What must I do, Doman? How do I end Nakai Erebus? Ooh. Reckon with the past by spilling the blood of those who betrayed you. Do they still hold Nakai in their hearts? Then tear them out. That's definitely the darkest thing I could choose. Do it, be grimdark. I mean, I think it's probably what I'm trying to like corrupt her as much as possible, so. And this also like plays into like that she was betrayed. Her eyes grow colder than the void itself. You are right, Doman Biggest Turk. Forgive my insolence, but you and the guest should leave the hall. I have personal business to settle. The herbists start to edge back in terror, but freeze in place at one gesture from Kibella. Blade dance, blade dance, blade dance.
Powers unseen, uncover my path.
Hey, what's going on in here? Oof, couple of needle pistols. See, they were gonna attack me, Kibella. We must ascend into the Temple of Death, where I will report on my assignment and ask the Vizier a single question. Why me? Have I seen the Helldivers Warbond? No, I haven't played Helldivers since, like... I haven't even played it since they added in the Illuminati or whoever they are. That's where the gore line is drawn? Murdering an entire family? Yeah, I mean, is that where it's drawn? I feel like that's not the first family we've murdered. Could just be me, though. The control group for experiments. Being bug testers for the game. Oh, that's very funny. Can't watch AI kill AI. It's AI on AI violence. Can't be had. So now we got to go back down to the temple. Can't we just summon him to come up here? Oh, that's the goodness. Talk to Kibella? There were children in that group? That's actually probably why they couldn't show it.
Domin honors us with a visit. The one.
All right, let's go kill the Vizier. Next up to die, the Vizier and all the Bloodspun web. Now all the spinners are here. Oh, he is in like some sick battle garb. He kind of looks like a rust stalker. His sword is just bleeding constantly. The Vizier whispers a prayer, his masked face turning towards the Undying One's image. Instead of the usual threadbare clothes, he's wearing elegant armor of bone and dark gold, marked with purity seals. He turns as he hears you approach. Kibella, I've been hearing your footsteps for a long time, in his whispers. Doman Biggest Turg, Lord of the Ark, it is good that you are here with her. It is right. The Undying One has blessed this union of light and shadow. You greet us clad in armor. Are you preparing for battle? Today is a special day. I have only donned this armor once before when I was second spinner. That day I ceased to be second, but I have remembered the weight of this gold on my shoulders and chest throughout all the years since. You will understand, my daughter. You will understand soon. We met Kibella's family. He looks away for a brief moment and nods to empty space. The Undying One's congregation sacrifices the blood of its blood. That is how spinners are brought into the temple. But only those who would serve him of their own volition stay and spin the blood-spun web, as Kibella did. Your words are dishonest. The ritual of releasing the burden erased me, made me hollow. What will I had of my own you took from me and filled me with yours instead. My daughter, do you believe that you only served him because I set you on the thread of the web? Do you believe you have no faith in him? You know that is not true. Perhaps I could have served him differently. I will never know. You took that away from me. Kibella has been cured of her affliction. This is true. No longer do I see anguish in her soul, second spinner. I am ready to receive your report. Have you accompanied the the tasks the Undying One himself set you? Everyone the name of Nakai Erebus ever meant anything to is dead. Nakai is no longer among the living. That was difficult to do, my daughter. I understand him and I am sorry, but such was the Undying One's wish. Actually, it's not. The Undying One said, kill Nakai, not everyone who knows them. We're really, like, going through a loophole here. A harrowing sacrament, a ruthless ritual. I'm relieved that it is nearing the end. Everything is coming together just as he revealed to me. Perfection has been sculpted. The affliction I nurtured has been vanquished. The choice has been made. So whence all the sadness, my daughter? The Vizier shakes his head, suddenly looking very human. His shoulders droop and he extends a hand towards Kibella. You snatched her from her family. Do not call her your daughter. I was her family. I raised her and taught her. I gave her everything I had. Did I not, my daughter? You were my family mentor, you and the blood-spun web. I will not defile myself with a lie. The affliction you nurtured, was it you who doomed Kibella to her suffering? The Undying One laid the thread and I served as guide. The meeting with you in your world, the hunt for Nemesis, his grim and ghastly doppelganger, the comprehension of her flock's pain. My assignment stirred anxiety in my daughter's soul. You are cruel, Vizier. It's difficult to be cruel to someone you love. Have you come to know that, Domin? Do not call it love, mentor. I was loyal to you and I deserved better. Are we being dragged into another ritual? A great ritual. Many decades ago, the Undying One revealed through a tarot reading what must come to pass, and I heeded. The Bloodspun's web's path towards gaining its new Vizier was then conceived, a path of discovery, devotion, dying, and resurrection in purity. Kibella's predecessor stumbled on that path, so did the next one. I waited. I've lived long due past my time. The Undying One has been waiting for me for so long. Kibella will be the new Vizier. Her journey to the Undying One and the choice she made will be reflected in the Bloodspun Web's new pattern. As for me, I will go to him as I have long awaited. The confusion and alarm in Kibella's face gives way to anger and horror. Her face distorts like a crumbling paper mask as the emotions wash over her. Too many emotions for the one whose soul has gone dead. I have not yet done all that you expected me to, have I? That is correct. Can you feel it? The proper way this burden must be passed? Her face dissolves into a cruel and bitter smile. And still you steal from me. Even my vengeance has become part of your ritual. A simple transition of power? You must not commit patricide. No. I will say do not demand another sacrifice from her, just because I like bossing this guy around. Such is the Undying Emperor's will. It is unfair. Kibella's face has become a death mask. Yes, for I am stronger than you and my high spinners stand with me, those who swore an oath to protect me and not outlive me. And he too stands with me. His face will emerge out of mine, and may those who chose when you set out along the thread of the web, your comrades, your domin, may they stand with you. Fight. Fight with no regret. Farewell, my daughter. Let us honor the Undying One.
I am its master.
Dude, this guy doesn't even have 2,000 HP. Abelair is going to just like solo him. I hope.
It is hand. Onwards.
Uh-oh. I should probably look to see what his abilities are. Okay, he dodges when attacked with ranged attacks. Any damage dealt to the Vizier will be avenged by allies still in combat. Suffers less warp and mental damage for every ally alive, so we kind of have to kill everybody else. Got some good swords. Wait, what was Revenge in Crimson? Right, but also the more ads we kill, the worse he gets.
Don't distract me.
Weather the storm.
Hey, leave Big A alone. He didn't do nothing to you. Actually, kind of nice because they're all like stacking together for me here.
Stay vigilant.
That's a lot of bleed stacks. Hit your own guy. What a dummy. So I'm actually gonna dash out of here.
I will drag you into oblivion with me.
Ouch.
Watch.
I'm fine with that.
Follow my lead.
Not so fine with that. I really need my buffs. Cool. I guess not.
Follow my lead.
I mean, I have Kibella in this fight, so it's not like I can lose. Okay, we're gonna make you prey. Let's make 6 spinner prey. That guy prey.
My vow is to serve. Running binary code encompasses an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Trigger a piercing shot here with an offhand bounty.
Spiritual function successfully terminated.
Oof. This guy's like dodging.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Okay. Your bird is dead.
My little whisper told me it's a great idea.
We're gonna overcharge.
Was it you? Or
No.
moving out?
I really wanted
Follow my lead.
for that to work and not summon the blue horror and kill her in a single shot. Here goes Pascal. He's not made for melee combat.
Faith strengthens me.
God damn it. I set Adira up so that she could just do the mass AoE mind control and it would have killed basically all of them.
I will do my duty.
All right, big A.
It will be done.
Yeah, you're unlikely to land a lot of
Go
hits
back to
here.
core. Indeed.
Yuck.
Victory is imminent.
All right, all of these guys are taunted. Why are you getting free turns? Oh, because I hit him.
I am your blade.
It actually kind of works well for me because now I can blade dance here.
As honor ordains. Let your soul be purged.
Start getting some stacks.
The shadow my blade whispers your name.
Hit him in his weak spot. We'll hit
As honor
two of these.
final weapon.
Gruff.
Trust me. As the tenants demand. The shadows will see it done.
Just want to hit as many people as possible with that
As on old
ability.
days.
I guess that's not really doing much for me there, but okay. Abelard is just like parry soloing everything. Kibella or Rebella. Infinite parry test.
Break them around.
Ooh. Blade dancing his own dudes. God, Abelard is just a true cornate warrior. Like, Kibella gets a lot of hits, but even she's not getting this many in one round. The knockback as well sometimes is so funny. Where are you going? You're not allowed to do that. You're taunted.
Follow my lead.
Time to redouble our efforts.
Oh, my bird! God, these guys are so damn rude. Okay, Pascal, I'm gonna put you here so that you're behind cover.
My vow is to serve.
Then I'm gonna increase your hit chance.
Request approved.
And then you're gonna shoot all of these guys at once.
Desire condemns you.
And then every time this guy gets parried, he's gonna get counterattacked.
I must not falter.
This is so funny. Big A is really putting in his best foot forward. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. What if I just shot you?
A waste
Why?
of blood.
Did Kibella just take a ton of damage? How did that overpin into her? Or whatever. Tis irrelevant.
Weapon at the ready.
I mean, they can't hit Abelard, so...
Follow my lead.
And if they did, I don't think they do any damage.
My faith.
No, that was a good dodge.
The Undying One favors
Ooh, that one not so much. That one not so much.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
Come on. This is the problem with Abelard, is he can't bloody well hit anything.
I will do my duty.
Honestly, Kibella, you might as well just go right for a blade dance.
I shall not fail. Let your soul be purged. by the web.
Nice. Cover everybody in blood. I could use a med kit here.
As honor ordained.
But I could also trigger this thing where you jump a million different times. And maybe that would be better for us.
I bring mercy.
You know, let's try this.
Retribution.
3 dodges. God damn it. Oh, I don't have the last act anymore.
Let your soul be purged.
All right, well, we might as well just do another stab if that's the case. I actually have the opening on the Vizier here, so I think I'm going to take that.
The shadows will see it done.
This guy sucks.
Trust me.
Break their morale.
Yeah. Hit your homies and don't hit me. That's a good boy. Oh, God. I'm so nervous every single strike. What is Abelard's like stats right now? Not actually that good. And Kibella has not turbocharged at all yet. She's been missing too many of her strikes. Thankfully, Big A just like continues to be impossible to hit.
Stay vigilant.
Sick. Good blade dance there, buddy. Nice. Okay.
Follow my lead.
100,000 misses. Nice dodge, not so much in the Discord. Poor Pascal. Kibella's just like one hit off, right? Ignores 15% of parry.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
So they're all taunted now.
It will be done.
You're going to AoE these three.
Indeed.
Provoking multiple counterattacks, of which you'll land none of them.
At your beck and call.
I'm going to cast Wall of Rockery just to give her some tip HP. Boy, oh boy.
Victory is imminent.
That guy just took 56 damage. I don't even know what from. Hemorrhage. Oh, that's nice. Well, good news, Kibella. You can start your blade dance. Please hit some things.
Your death is a blessing. Caught by the web.
Brilliant. Yes. Oh my God. 4 kills. That's huge.
Is a blessing.
Oh, okay. He's done now.
As honor ordained.
He's done his dinner.
Comes in silence.
This attack cannot miss.
The Undying Emperor whispers his will.
Let's go. Ketchup filter. It's a bit bloody in here. What? The Undying Emperor doesn't have that good stats. Undying Emperor reduces the damage of the next successful attack against him by 100% and deals a small amount of mental damage to the attacker. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. At least everyone is alive? He gets a turn every round of combat. Well, you might as well blade dance. Didn't appear to do a lot. Health is question marks. His main ability reduces all damage by 100%. Yeah, but that doesn't stay on all the time.
As honor ordains.
Dodge! Did you see that hit percentage? It was huge. 200.
The shadow my blade whispers your name.
Nah, I'll strike you down. I'm Kibella. Have you seen how much damage I do in combat?
Let your soul be purged. As honor ordained, my blade whispers your name.
All right, I gotta be real. I'm
Trust
getting a
me.
little bit worried about this. I've done a couple thousand damage to him this turn alone. And it doesn't seem to be working.
Come, the other side awaits.
Oh! She did it! Kibella killed the Emperor. Oh, that was sick. So many screenshots. Oh man, she's got dope new armor now too. Oh, a little bit woozy. Probably from all that blood you drank. Clad in the Vizier's armor, Kibella is staring at the spot where just a short time ago lay the body of the man who raised her. Her shoulders are shaking and her head hangs low, but no tears are to be seen and no sobs come from behind the mask of dark gold. She throws her head back. A desperate cry full of pain, fury, and regret echoes around the temple. This is not the Vizier, nor a spinner you see before you, just a daughter who lost her father. A fight worthy of Comora's arenas. I recall spectacles where members of the same family were forced to kill each other. What a treat it is to watch some monkey patricide again. I know this is a ridiculous question to ask, but how you doing? The tenets of the web teach us to never regret or hesitate, but I could never have imagined that one day I would have to make a choice this painful. I did what had to be done, but that does not quell the pain. I know he is in the Undying One's hands, but that does not soothe the grief. I know I sought vengeance against him, but I feel his absence already. Nah, he was a crazed old man who lied to you and used you. Don't feel sorry for him. He was an old man who lied to me and used me, but he was, and now he is no more. Did I just see the God Emperor in the flesh? Was that how you saw the Vizier, Doman? You saw an image of death in him, but it was only an image. Fumes of the sacred intoxicant blessed our ritual, but what you saw and killed was a mere man. The Undying One does not come to the living. We come to him. What did he look like to you? Younger, the way he was when I first saw him. I was younger too, as though we were facing each other in a training match like we used to. And then I cut him into a million pieces with 17 backflips in a row. Am I to call you the Vizier now? I don't want to lose my name as my mentor lost his, but no spinner will ever speak it again, for I am their Vizier. Yet you are my Doman, and I am your shadow. Let me remain Kibella to you at the very least. How's that sick new armor fit? I think so, yes. I sense the weight of the sacred vestment, the weight of the Vizier's burden, and the decisions I must make from this day forth, my burden. What will become of the web? For too long, we've languished amid the dereliction of the lower decks, concealing ourselves and enacting his will in secrecy. No longer. Henceforth, we will be a scarlet hand guiding trembling souls. As his holy servants, we will vest ourselves in gold in the veneration we deserve. To despise us is to despise him, and we will serve you, Doman Biggest Turg, not from the shadows, but bathed in radiance. Such is the new blood-spun web. Bow now before your new Vizier. 100 whispered reply, death salutes you. Sick. Nice cinematography. Yeah, this questline ruled.
Intriguing.
Hey, Kibella is not in my party. Oh, she's got her pimp new throne. The song of blood is heard ever louder in bay after bay. Doman praising you, saluting the Vizier. Death keeps watch, for death is him, for death is me. Good end to Kibella episode 2. I just want to see the stats on that armor she picked up.
Embrace true power.
And yes, I am looking around to see if there's any extra loot. Show me the way. Oh, her quest ruled, man. Honestly, the Void Shadows DLC was extremely good. From start to finish, every single part of that. The Gene Stealer hunts, the stuff down in the bays. Absolute 10 out of 10 when it comes to DLC. They really took what they had and amped it to 1,000. Oh, dope. This wearer deals perception bonus. Well, that hat's probably going to go. If the Death Cult Assassin has 8 or more stacks of Blood Bless, they gain 1 AP and 1 attack per turn. 10 dodge and 10 parry if the wearer is not in cover. Where'd your eye patch go? You keep the eye patch. I'll let you keep rocking that armor, because that armor definitely does look sick on you, but you've got to wear the rockin' eye patch. +5 lethality on every critical hit. It's too good for her. Oh! She also has it looks like an infinite use blood file. Creates a pool of blood which has the same properties as if created with raining blood. And whenever raining blood is used, 1 charge of the blood file is restored. Wow. That's really good. I wish he had Grenadier. Damn, man, she is so broken good. I love her. She's perfect in every way. So her quest is done, yeah? Oh my god. Oh my god. We can finally go through the War Council. We do gotta swing by Gamma. But you know what? The War Council's on the way. The War Council is absolutely on the way. Swear to God, if anybody pulls me out of warp here. The battle would end before you reach 8 stacks of Blood Blast for the armor bonus attack. Yeah, no, it feels like you need a lot. Huh. Huh. It overwrote my green path here. So even though I actually have a safe route, it created a non-safe route. I'll have to report that as a bug. Oh my god. Oh my god. We can finally go to Euphrates 2. We can finally join the Inquisitor. We can go meet Urulon the Cruel, who is leading a squad of word bearers in siege of this planet. I cannot wait to do this in the next episode, because that's all the time we have for today. Oh, we'll see you back here next time. We're finally doing it.